Alright guys, Supreme Kami here. So I was able to get a few copies of Fei Se here. So in this video, we'll be talking about how to use her. So I did drop her off in a triple flame setup just for the testing purposes. So we'll quickly talk about her kit. I do want to kind of, break down her kit just to see what she does, what you guys need to pay attention to. So let's kind of get started. So normal attack, as far as her character itself, you probably would not really do a whole lot because she is a support type character, so you probably never do that, so we can skip a lot of these over here. So first up, we would talk about the skill. So this is gonna go, you can say, in a more chronological order as far as her background, how she's able to do a lot of damage, providing damage. So let's kind of talk about that. So the skill is going to be the main important factor as far as how she's able to do a lot of damage. So we have two ways to deal passive damage via her skill. So first up, we have the So Wear. So this is one of the ones that do damage. So 135% of the attack to the target. So that's one. The other one is the Blazing Heart. So they use an additional 20%. They're not combined, but you do more. You do another separate 20% attack for every 5 seconds. So this is pretty good. And then you get a little bit more for every one of. So this is another portion of it. So it deals additional damage. So yeah, her kit is pretty broken. There's just a lot of elements to that lays on top of each other, so to make this a lot stronger. So to recover this is like her baseline. This is like at her base value, what she's able to provide. She does have a sub skill, but we will not talk about that we'll talk about that in just a bit, because the sub skill does not come in just yet. The dodge attack is gonna come in handy because this is another portion that kind of triggers her to do more damage. So upon casting her skill, and then if you do a dodge attack with any weapon on a team, it does not have to be this weapon specifically, it could be anyone. It's gonna generate a Fei Se Fantasia, so it's gonna be a clone that is gonna be on the field for the duration. So upon that, she's gonna be able to copy 25% of the target's max attack, and that's gonna convert into the wondrous base flame attack. So it's gonna say it does not pop up, so once you pop that, you want to check your stat. It's not gonna generate on, it's not gonna visually show it, but it does say it's not gonna be anything. So at bare minimum, it's gonna be at least this amount to that amount. So that's all you need to know. So upon doing this, you notice as far as these two damage markers right over there, they're gonna get a boost as well. So you guys are definitely gonna see that for sure. So that's gonna be another portion of her kit that is gonna allow her to do more damage. And then the second portion, we have the Lotus Petal. So this one, you're gonna generate a counter depending on how many summons you have on a field. So what do you mean summon? What does that actually mean? So characters that are able to create quote unquote summon or things that are on like the field. So we have Lan that has her her parasol, so it's like the umbrella shape that's on an object on the field. So she's able to generate 3. So in tangent, when you do a dodge attack, that's gonna generate 3 of the Lotus Petal. But let's say if you add on top of Liu Ho, Liu Ho has the calligraphy character. In her kit, she's able to generate up to 8 calligraphy character. So if you do 8 plus 3, you have 11. So in total, you are able to bust up to 11 petals, or the Lotus Petal, which is going to be important because when we go back to the skill, the sub skill actually, you're gonna do another chunk of burst damage. So you guys can kind of see that it kind of goes in order the way I'm kind of going over that. So for every, so after you clear all these, so once you do the dodge attack, and then when you click the skill, that's when you're gonna have a lot of these right there. So for every one of those that you have it, you're gonna have, I'm pretty sure it's the 11 times this right there. I don't know about this one, but you do a lot of burst damage upon that. So that is actually where her kit is, where it's really powerful. So as for her character, I'm just gonna say right now, she is heavily dependent on having Liu Ho and then Lan at the same time, because of extra things she's able to benefit from the other character. So if you are using someone like Ruby, if you are using Annabella, unfortunately they do not generate any summons on the field, so you're not gonna be able to get pretty much this is gonna be like non-existent for you because you can't really use any of that. So that's pretty much the breakdown of her kit. She does not provide anything else as far as her discharge, so pretty much the skill and the dash attack is like pretty much the bread and butter for her kit. So after we talk about her kit, we can now go over to some of her gameplay or talk about the rotation, and then we'll go from there. So rotation time. So the first rotation right now, we are trying to build up the Lotus Petal. So by the time it gets to the second rotation, that's when we are able to use the sub skill for Fei Se. So I did make a mistake on here. I forgot to dodge attack initially with Liu Ho before using her skill attack, because when you use the skill on Liu Ho, it's pretty much gonna consume the calligraphy characters, so that's my bad. But as far as what I have labeled out, that's pretty much what you want to follow. So yeah, pretty simple overall. I think as far as any support type character, it pretty much is gonna be the same thing. This pretty much will be the same rotation as well if you do want to use it on the Bygone comp with Fiona and then with Zeke as well. So not much is gonna change overall. Alright, gonna hop into a quick balance round level 3 Bygone right now. So I don't really expect this to take that long, even with the puppet singer. So let's see. I did do my dodge attack, but we did not get a whole lot of calligraphy going on. So as far as the second rotation, when we do go back into Fei Se, she's not gonna have a lot of her Lotus Petal, unfortunately. Alright, let's do this. But other than that, I think I pretty much have talked about everything about this character. The main concern I would have about this character is just the survivability. Just without Fiona, it's kind of scuff. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so because we only have one healing from this team, which is from Liu Ho, and then her healing is slow. It's really slow, so I don't really know for like harder content this is gonna be a problem. Alright, so this round we do have 11 of the counter, but we finished out right there. Nice. Okay, so that's pretty much it for me. So some quote-unquote actual content, because this is pretty much how it should looks like when you're not fighting the cactus in a perfect situation. But other than that, that's pretty much it for me, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.